Microsoft revealed all the secrets on their implementation of gliders in the next sim update. We discuss all the highlights, including all of this week's big announcements and release news, so let's jump into the video. Before we jump into this week's announcements, in these videos we try to bring you all the flight sim news in one place. So if that sounds right up your taxiway, please click that subscribe button, as 72% of people that watch the Oz Flight Simmer channel are not subscribed. It really helps support me and helps the channel to grow. Pre-flighting this week's previews and announcements, and the first one is SimWorks Studios. This is the team behind the Kodiak, and it's currently working on the PC-12 and the Vans RV10. This week the team updated us with some other news of their in-development products, which is the Dash 7. This is a joint venture between SimWorks Studios and the Pilots team. SimWorks Studios is finishing up on their area of the Dash, which is the visuals, the coding, and the flight dynamics. Once SimWorks has completed the works on their end, they will hand the Dash 7 over to Pilots for sound and finishing touches. SimWorks are running a little bit behind on their end, and they are currently working on the gauges, the backlighting, which is about 50% complete. The team did release some new teasers for us though, as they wanted to tie us over for the next update, because they did plan to have this handed over to the Pilots team already. There is no word if we will see a release before the end of the year, but of course we'll keep you posted of any more updates. Orbex this week announced their next airport, which is Unalaska Airport. This airport is well known by its other name, which is Dutch Harbour, and it's a staple port in the Deadliest Catch series over on the Discovery Channel. This airport is known for its rough conditions, with its runways bordering both ends of the oceans and coupled with a regular rough weather. This scenery includes the entire town and nearby landmarks, and from the looks of the screenshots provided, the scenery looks pretty amazing. There is no time frame for the release date, but knowing Orbex, if they are announcing a product, it's most likely going to be released within a few days. Moving over to our next announcement for the week, this goes to the team over at Zoo Poly. This is the team behind the Fuga, and this week they've updated us with their next in development product. A few short months ago, Zoo Poly announced they were developing the C160 Transall. This time around they have updated us with their first update since that announcement. The team mentioned that the C160 is a larger undertaking and more complex than other aircraft the team has undertaken this far, and the work is being continued with the interior, cockpit buttons, switches, and more. Zoo Poly has access to the real aircraft and plans to make a very close representation of the C160. At this stage, the development is in its early stages, and if the team is able to recreate the 160 at the same level as their other products, we should be in for a real treat. Of course, we're going to keep you posted on any more updates from the team about the C160 Transall. Taxiing over to this week's release news, and this one dropped out of the middle of nowhere with X-Enviro for Microsoft Flight Simulator. X-Enviro is a weather engine that has been around in the X-Plane world for at least 10 years now, and now the team has made their way over to Microsoft Flight Simulator. The team over at X-Enviro mentioned that their weather engine will refresh every 5 to 60 minutes, including historical weather. Unfortunately, historical weather is only starting from the 16th to the 10th, 2022, when the product was launched. Other features included in this weather engine: historical weather data that we mentioned before, it's going to be refreshed every 20 minutes. Real-time meter data will be refreshed every 5 to 60 minutes. It will also simulate cloud turbulence. It has seasonal data, and it's processing and is provided by servers all year round to provide real-time snow coverage. You're also able to look up the current meter and TAF reports in a weather briefing window. X-Enviro's aim for Microsoft Flight Simulator is to improve on the dynamic weather. So with that being in mind, I always thought the dynamic weather in Microsoft Flight Simulator was pretty good, so make sure you have a look at all the features before you purchase this one. You can pick up your copy of X-Enviro over in the Threshold store. I'll leave a link in the description below. Moving over to our next release for the week, this goes to Adventure Simulations, this week releasing their first AI package. To this point, the team has only released a few different mission packs, but now they're spreading their wings and featuring their first AI package, and it's called a Worldwide E-Jet Series. Adventure Simulations package includes all the E-Jets and the E-Jet 2 family, excluding the E-Jet 175E2, which is still in its certification process in real life. The team mentions that each aircraft is fully animated with passenger and cargo doors, control surfaces, and reversers. Each E-Jet has been coded for parking and air control. This way you can hear the correct call and signs seen in the correct airliner paint. Every E-Jet has been coded for parking and air control. This way you can hear the correct call sign and see the correct airliner paint. 120 different airline liveries over different variations of the E-Jet, such as Air Botswana, Envoy Airlines, Horizon Air, KLM and Lufthansa, just to mention a few. Adventure Simulations AI Worldwide E-Jet series will work on both the Sims AI and some of the AI injector packages that are out there. You can pick up your copy at a number of different vendors, including JustFly, Orbex, Aerosoft, and soon to be the InSim marketplace. I'll leave a link in the description below where you can pick up your copy today. Fly Too High this week releases their latest airport, which is destined for Walton Beach Airport. This is a small airport that only serves commercial aircraft from airliners such as American Airlines, Southwest Airlines and more. Only serving the domestic market with no scheduled international flights, you would expect to see a traffic from places such as Atlanta, Dallas and Charlotte. Features included in this release is the airport is fully modeled exterior, PBR materials have been used on the airport buildings and on the ground, apron clutter and customized apron or airport detail I should say, animations such as flags, antennas and people, and you can pick up your copy of Fly Too High destined for Walton Beach Airport directly from the flightsim.to store. This is the payware section of the store. And in another airport release, this goes to BMI this week, releasing Trieste International Airport. Hopefully I said that correctly, but there is a more common name used for this airport, but I have no hope of pronouncing it in this one, so Trieste will do. This airport is located in the northern eastern part of Italy and is currently serving a handful of airliners from 12 destinations. Ryanair covers most of the flights into the airport, and features included in this package is a fully modeled representation of the terminal and surrounding buildings, highly quality textures, updated taxiway and ground markings, and a bunch of POIs have been customly modeled for the local area. They look pretty good. Trieste International Airport is available from the flight.to store. Over in the payware section, I'll leave a link in the description below. Gliding over to this week's Sim Update news, and with only 2 weeks to go before we see the release of Sim Update 11 and the 40th anniversary edition, the Microsoft team have had a bunch of new features releasing in this update, including unpowered flight. This week, the team lifted the secrets and told us all about what we should expect when it comes to all things gliders, I should say, and the details that they have done to undertake to make this a very immersive experience. We checked all of this out in the all-revealing feature discovery video this week, and here's some of the highlights. The gliders that will be included in the 40th anniversary is the LG 8-18 and the DG101E Neo. Both of these gliders have been digitally scanned to create the most realistic version of the gliders, and because they're part of the 40th anniversary edition, they'll be given to us for free. As gliders are mostly a non-powered aircraft, the team have really focused on the audio when it comes to gliders. On the wind flow, the wind sounds are connected to different variable bases on the aircraft, such as physical movements and also aerodynamic wind, to make the gliders feel more alive. Some of the instrument sounds have been recorded straight from the gliders themselves, and there's different sounds that have been used with different types of launches as well. There'll be 2 different launch methods included in the update. One is a tow plane and one is a winch method. Another highlight is that thermal generation has been greatly improved. They can be affected by seasons, time of day, heat from the ground and under cloud. No 2 flights will be the same. This is going to be really fluid and really dynamic weather when it comes to gliders. Energy losses will be displayed. This is particularly through instruments that are known in gliders, and I'll leave you a link in the description if you want to check out the full feature discovery video. And from the looks of gliders, it's very detailed and in-depth, and will certainly add really good immersive simulation to the sim. Moving over to some more development news, and the Microsoft team mentioned this week that testing on Sim Update 11 is still ongoing, and that Sim Update 11 is still on track for the launch of 11th of November. This week we received a new feedback snapshot and a wish list snapshot. There is no surprises this week other than the feedback given by the community about certain cities in the last World Update. Work has commenced to improve those, which is the Canada World Update. No new development roadmap, but we did happen to see a development Q&A scheduled for the 18th of November, along with an SDK Q&A on the 23rd of November. This will probably be the last time we get to hear and speak to the devs until 2023, I imagine. week over in the in-sim marketplace. We've seen 20 new products. 10 of these are on PC and 10 of these, you guessed it, are on Xbox. This week's standout is the CJ Simulations Eurofighter Typhoon that was released on PC last week to third-party providers. It's made its way to the in-sim marketplace and it's available both on PC and Xbox. The other products that have been made up is sceneries, airports, and lighting packs in this sim update marketplace. If you got this far into the video, please hit that subscribe button, as 72% of people that watch the Oz Flight Simmer channel are not subscribed. This really helps support me and grows the channel, and I'm very much appreciated for that. I'm going to leave you with another video here. This is all about the pay-away aircraft that is arriving in Sim Update 11. Why don't you check that one out, and I will see you over there.